This video is brought to you by my latest book, How to Play Melodic Rock Lead Guitar, a comprehensive guide to doing exactly that, playing melodic rock lead guitar. This is not just some collection of scale patterns and tabs, although you do get plenty of those, but you also get an entire chapter on how to come up with your own licks, as well as video content, tutorials and demonstrations, loads of jam tracks, and all the way through I'm encouraging you to expand your fretboard knowledge and showing you how you can think in a more musical and melodic way. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. As someone who makes guitar themed YouTube videos, I spend a little bit of my time, not as much as I'd like, looking at other guitar themed YouTube videos. And I was just kind of scrolling the other day. It was like 5 minutes before I was due to start the lesson, and I saw one that said it was something like, do all Gibson guitars sound the same, or something along those lines. You've probably seen the same thumbnail yourself. Now, that's interesting. I must watch that sometime when I get a minute. And then, of course, you go back to YouTube and you can't find it. But, you know, do all Gibson guitars sound the same? I would struggle, if I'm honest, to be able to, in a mix, hear the difference between a Les Paul and an SG. I think, because I did a video on this very topic not that long ago, that I could probably discern that sort of slightly more airy quality that you get with a semi-solid like a 335. Possibly, I don't know. I've never put it to the test. But, you know, I think I possibly could. That's the one I'd stand a better chance of identifying anyway. So it kind of got me thinking, I need a video for Sunday, and I've got two Gibson guitars in here. I've got this one, an old stalwart of this channel, my Gibson Les Paul Tribute, which has been, retrofitted with a pair of burst bookers, very kindly sent to me by a chap called Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. It's also got the Grandpa Joe challenge coin in there. Thank you, Joe. And it's been refretted with stainless steel frets. So I've got that guitar. And I've also got in the office at the moment this one. My pal David, he loaned me this this lovely Explorer to make some videos with. You probably saw the video of this. I think it went out last week. I can't remember when it did, but it went out recently. I'll put a link to that in the description below. So yes, a couple of Gibson guitars, an Explorer, and a Les Paul. Oh, hello, we're strobing there. An Explorer and a Les Paul. Just how different do they sound? Well, coming up next, you're going to see the usual blind test featuring some footage of Dougal doing Dougal things. And you'll see on screen which guitar is being used. It'll be labelled as Guitar 1 or Guitar 2. The question you need to answer is, can you tell which guitar is Guitar 1 and Guitar 2? The reveal will come later. And that has been but the blink of an eye for you, but it's been a few minutes for me because, well, you've just seen Dougal. Yes, I had to go and retrieve the TV remote, which apparently is a rather tasty chew toy. He won't give it back to the wife, but he gives it back to me. Anyway, could you hear the difference between the two guitars there, the Les Paul and the Explorer? You know, it's not easy, is it? We'll have a look at the reveal in a moment where you'll see which guitar is which. But first of all, a little bit of housekeeping. There is, as usual, of course, a full tab for that piece of music in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it, and the jam track to play along with yourself. That is all up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. $3 or about £3 a month gets you access to all of these tabs and jam tracks and other stuff that goes along with these YouTube videos. And if you are in a mind to just splash out a little bit more, then $6 a month gets you all of that sort of stuff, plus a weekly blog post and a weekly reaction video and a twice monthly Zoom hangout with me and the other tier 2 chaps. We're getting a really nice little community going there. Be great if you could come and join us, and obviously thanks to everybody who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description. In terms of the tones I was using there, yeah, you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? It was the Blue Guitar Amp 1 Mercury edition on the Vintage channel. All of the differences in gain were from just using the volume control or controls on whichever guitar I was playing at the moment. A little bit of delay and reverb added in Reaper when I mixed it down, but that is pretty much all I was doing there. And I think both guitars acquitted themselves really rather well in terms of versatility, just single channel amp and a volume control on the guitar. It's all you need. Well, it's all I need anyway. So, yes, without further ado, let's have a little bit of a look and see whether Guitar 1 was the Les Paul or the Explorer, or whether Guitar 2 was the Les Paul or the Explorer. Here's the same piece of music, but this time you'll see which guitar I'm playing. So, did you get it right? Was it a surprise? Could you still hear? And well, here's the thing, right? Did being able to see the guitars make them sound more different, because I think we often forget just how much we rely upon visual cues to kind of decide what we're hearing. In terms of sitting here in the room playing them, I felt that the Les Paul had a little bit more brightness to the sound in the room. But I think that's possibly down to the fact that it's a weight-relieved body, which means that it resonates a little bit more acoustically, and you hear that acoustic resonance in the room as part of the overall sound that you're hearing. Whether that translates to anything in the amplified tone or the plugged-in tone, again, that's something people will argue about until the cows come home, and I'm not going to get into that. I just know that in terms of a tactile experience, I prefer a guitar that is a bit more resonant and, kind of alive, because it's just a more pleasurable playing experience. But that's, that's just, that's what Phil McKnight calls, that's for the chef, not the patron, which I kind of get what he means by that. Anyway, there you have it, a comparison between two different Gibson guitars. Do they all sound the same, or could you hear differences? Could you hear more differences when you were seeing which guitar was being played? As ever, let me know what you think down in the comments. Interested to know your thoughts on this. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it? And of course, don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk. It's a fantastic way, I think, to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.